Well, good afternoon, tubers. It's, I don't know, Wednesday afternoon. Vape chat in the van with Tim. Special edition. Down here at the laundromat, just hanging out, catching my Wi-Fi like I'm known to do. That free public Wi-Fi, that's where it's coming from. And anyway, I just pull up next to another Dodge van that's out here. They're doing their laundry. Joe and his girlfriend, significant other, I don't know. They got their van doors open and they're sitting there watching TV. So me and Joe been chatting it up. So I thought I'd give you guys a little special tour. Y'all have seen my van, and I can do another tour of it anytime you want. But I thought we'd do Joe's. Joe's got a, what year is your van, Joe?
It's a 1977 Dodge.
He's got a 77 Dodge. It's a full-size van. And we'll flip this thing around here in a second, and I'll introduce you to Joe and show you what he's done with his van. All right, peeps, we got Joe and Dianne here, and this is their 1977 blue Dodge van. It's probably an 8-cylinder, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the 360 V8.
And didn't you say you'd rebuilt it or done something to it here lately?
Did the top end of the engine and put a new timing chain in it.
And what kind of mileage you getting on that 8-cylinder?
Sadly, probably about 9 miles to the gallon.
Really?
It needs a new carburetor.
9 miles. Well, I think right now I'm getting about 16 or 17, but always in the city. But, you know, I was 6-cylinder, so, you know, but 9, that sucks, man.
You don't have to brag.
Well, yours is probably twice as heavy as mine is. It's a lot bigger. You'll see that when we get inside. He's got a TV in there. It's not as big as mine, but he's got a lot more room inside of it. Now, Joe told me that he's not living in the van. They've actually got a fifth wheel on some property of some friends that they're renting from. So, in a way, they're kind of, I guess they're living on a tiny house on wheels. Now, Joe's from the area, so if he needs to move that fifth wheel, he has friends that can help him out. I wouldn't, you know, I'd have to have the truck myself, and but I bet that's how big is that fifth wheel? Is that like 20 feet long or something? How's that work?
It's just actually it's kind of a rare one. It's a 1983 Alpenlight. It's all made out of aluminum, very light, and it's only 19 foot long. It has a single axle on it.
Well, some of these people that watch these videos are going to know exactly what that is. I'm not as well versed on all the different models because, like I was telling you, right now I think that's an expense that I don't want to have, and I really want to get my tiny house on the ground instead of on wheels. So right now I'm just kind of, you know, we're talking about it with the situation I have at work. This little van's working out real good for me. I'm really glad I've got it. Now, you guys take trips in this, or?
Yes, actually, we haven't yet, but we're going to.
What's your next trip plan?
Arizona.
Arizona?
In the wintertime.
I went last summer. I had a lady come out from Wisconsin, and we did some of the national parks out west and south. You know, we went out past Pueblo. I should be able to tell you all these places. I drove 1,000 miles. Went to the Continental Divide. I don't know what I'm going to do this summer, but yeah, it's good to get out. It really is. You guys go to the national parks when you go out, or do you camp, or do you just like stealth camp?
See, something I think really sucks about the state of Colorado. When I was a kid, you could camp up places like Carter Lake or up by Horsetooth for free.
Right.
When I was a kid. Now they all want to charge you money, and that's one of those
I was going to go up there. I know, I was going to go
Yeah.
up there last night, and it's interesting you mentioned that because I looked. You know, the weather was kind of shaky, and so I was kind of wondering, do I want to spend the money? And I got online and I looked at what would it cost me, you know. I mean, I'm going to stay in the van. I'm just going to be somewhere else. They've got electricity. Supposedly they got Wi-Fi, but I don't, you know, I never count on camp Wi-Fi. But just for the hell of it, I was thinking about spending the night up there. But it's like $30, I think it's $25 plus a $7 car fee or something. So it ends up being $32, and then the showers, they charge for the showers.
Yep.
And I just thought, nah, I'm not going to do it. You know, maybe on a nicer day or something, but I think that whole Horsetooth thing is really just set up for tourists.
It is. It actually is. Colorado is the main tourist attraction. It's always been, but even more so now because they legalized marijuana.
Well,
again.
is the Horsetooth, when you're up there at the campground, tell me, because I haven't been up there, Joe, is it is it scenic? Is it worth the, you know, or do you really have to get out and do the trails to really see anything? Because
I know roads in this place that are national forests that are free to go up, that have a 10 times better view and they don't cost nothing.
well, I was on some of those roads last summer, but
so no, it's not worth it to pay for.
it's just really not. Yeah, I need to find. You know, I haven't gotten off the beaten path really that much. You know, I think that most of the times I stayed out at the store, but there have been a couple times, like one just for the hell of it, I drove up to what is it, up 36 there, Estes Park.
Yes.
And I spent the night in the parking lot at the 7-Eleven. I didn't have any trouble. You know, they were closed, and you know, it's a big lot out there. I just feel very bold in this van as far as stealth camping. I don't know. I'm sure I'm going to get busted at some point. And I've only stayed away from the store about 3 or 4 times. But this van just looks like everybody's mama's van. You know what I mean? It just, you know.
Well, matter of fact, when you were pulling up, I thought you were someone's grandma.
I know, it's great, isn't it? And you know, people have said, why don't I do that? Why don't I add this, or why don't I add that to the van? Well, if I add those things, like we're talking about the solar and stuff, it starts to look like an RV. And you know, around here, because we are in an area that there's a lot of tourists that come in, you know, they're a little bit more aggressive, especially at Fort Collins in terms of the street parking and stuff like that. I don't think they're as bad down here. You know the area better than I do, but you can get away with a lot more in Loveland, can't you?
No.
What?
No.
No, not really.
Are you guys from Loveland? You live close to here? Because I come down here because I like the laundromat, the Wi-Fi, even the pinball machine. My name's on the pinball machine. That would be my 902 million.
I'll tell you a little something. Okay, my first Dodge van was a 77, just like this one, darker blue. It had Pink Floyd on the side of it. I stayed in the Walmart parking lot for months.
Right.
Never a problem, you know.
Right. Well, I think
Never.
Walmart's kind of the ground zero for, you know, you can get away with it. That's most of the videos that I was telling you about, these guys that travel in their Class Bs, they're staying in the Walmart parking lot. If they don't know, like, some out of the way place. Yeah.
And you can't do that anymore, though. They put signs up there, you can't park.
Well,
your
now
vans.
it depends on. You're right, and a lot of the WalMarts, they're doing that. You're right. I think now what I've seen is that you can get away with it even there if you go in and talk to the manager, you spend a little money. But yeah, they are cracking down. I mean, I think it's going to get, you know,
it's going to get worse.
Well, you know, because I don't see the economy going anywhere but in the shitter the way that Trump's running the economy. And you know, I can only tell you from, you know, I work at 7-Eleven. I can tell you, you know, since Trump was elected, potato chips went up 20 cents. You know what I mean? I blame Trump. No, I don't know. I don't see, you know, all these promises he made about all these jobs and all this insurance. I ain't got no insurance. I don't know how yours is. I got a job, but I work full time. I don't have any insurance. I don't have any benefits.
Well, it goes to say, I really don't think it really matters which president or who we get in there, because if you're poor, you're just going to be poor.
Well, I think that's true, but I do think there's a little bit more empathy from the Democrats. I mean, historically, but we'll see. Trump surely played to the poor people. Let's see if he takes care of us. You know what I'm saying?
And he could. You never know. But
yeah, it's not looking good. You know what I mean? Well, we're going to take a tour of this van here. He's got carpet on the ceiling. I can see he's got nice lights in there. I don't know if all these things work, but it looks tight as Dick's hat band in there. He's got a little work to do on the outside, but considering that this thing's 60 years old, well, not quite. How old is it now?
77, that would be 30 years old. Oh, no, wait, 40.
40, because mine's coming up on 30. All right, let me cut this off and we'll reset this. This particular van has got the swing outdoors. Oh, I like this. There's a little outlet here. You're running some kind of an inverter in here?
Yeah, I got a 1700 watt power inverter.
Do you? Oh, there's some classic dash action there. There's nothing digital on that. He says it's got over 200,000 on it. I can't quite see. Yeah, I don't know if it's working, but yeah. And now you got this bench. I don't know, we don't have a wide angle here, but you got this bench running the whole way. You probably got your batteries tucked up under there, huh?
Yep, it got many.
So here in the back of the van, we've got a little TV. He's got a VCR set up in here. And then I like this back here. It's like a U-shaped sofa.
And it also turns into a bed.
That's your bed back here?
Yes, it will slide out.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, there's a lot more room in here. I got to sit here for a minute to take... Oh, yeah. This is... so you can see mine over there. There's Bandit. I do like my sliding door better than the opening doors because I can sneak in tighter places. But I can tell from sitting here, it's got to be at least a foot wider inside here, I would say. Lengthwise, yeah, it's a lot more room. But and what'd you pay for this?
I actually got a really good deal on it. I got this car that I bought for $250, and the slave cylinder was going out on the transmission for the clutch, and it was a pain in the butt to fix. So I decided to trade that car for this van, and I only paid $250 for the car. So straight across trade.
So you got $250 in this van.
Yep.
And then did you add the carpet and everything in here since you've gotten it, or was it already like this?
The wall carpet was here,
yeah,
but the floor carpet wasn't, and these dividers,
right,
the TV entertainment center wasn't in here.
So you built the entertainment center, put the plugs in and all that?
Yeah, I did all the plugs with 8-gauge Romex.
Right. What do you use to charge the battery in here?
It charges off the alternator when I drive.
Oh,
I have an 80 amp alternator under the hood, so it charges that battery in a matter of 5 minutes.
That's great. I was, if I ever have to fix anything on my alternator, I'm going to go ahead and get the high output. I'd like to get the dual batteries and all that too. But yeah, that little TV will run you for about a week then off of that charged battery, or?
Yeah, and the battery, you can't find it at any store. It's from the U.S. Army. It is a tank battery that they used to have in tanks. They're very heavy, and they're longer. And they're about, one battery will put you out about 1,500 amp hours.
So where did you get this? Where you didn't?
A friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
A friend of mine had it.
So if anybody's looking for a good long-lasting battery, get themselves on a tank battery. There you go.
Yeah, well, and they're not illegal by any means. You can get them and have them.
Sure. Well, it's a battery. I mean, yeah. So I have seen people. Just so you know, I've seen people that have run tiny homes off of the batteries that run forklifts.
Oh, those big.
They're a couple $1,000 bucks. Yeah, they're a couple $1,000 bucks, I think. Yeah, but if you got a big ass battery, like I say, you can keep stuff going. Well, Joe, I appreciate your hospitality, my friend.
Definitely.
And like the tour. So we're gonna cut this out for now, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.